Hello, this is my audience member. Good evening. Today I will be arguing how Russia is more dangerous than China. The word to define is dangerous. Dangerous means able or likely to cause harm upon something or someone. Now I'm going to list the supporting evidence to back up my reasoning behind why Russia is more dangerous than China. My first piece of supporting evidence comes from the New York Times article, and it states that the United States is prepared to take action against Russia after concluding it was likely involved in a major cyber attack that affected several government systems. Major. Dangerous means able or likely to cause harm upon something or someone. Minor. Russia was able to steal important government information. Conclusion. Russia is more dangerous than China. My second piece of supporting evidence comes from diplomat.com. And it states that Russia touts China as a major cyber threat to the United States. Russia's cyber threat is much more severe than what the U.S. had previously assumed. But the United States had known for years that Russia is much more capable of attack than China. Major. Dangerous means able or likely to cause harm upon something or someone. Minor. The U.S. is not aware of all the things Russia is able to do. Conclusion. Russia is more dangerous than China. My third piece of supporting evidence comes from the CNBC Morning News, and it states that the attack on the SolarWinds company by the Russians was the most sophisticated cybersecurity breach in U.S. history. The U.S. did not realize till a year after it happened. The Russians were able to get into over 18,000 organizations, including the U.S. Department of Treasury, Justice, and Homeland Security. This shows that none of the software that we use on a day-to-day basis is truly safe. Major. Dangerous means able or likely to cause harm upon something or someone. Minor. The Russians were able to attack without the U.S. knowing, so we can only imagine how many times they attacked and the U.S. did not detect it. Conclusion. Russia is more dangerous than China. My fourth piece of supporting evidence comes from MSNBC News, and it states that the Russians have the ability to execute a cyber attack in the U.S. that can cause destruction on an electrical network system for at least a few hours. Major. Dangerous means able or likely to cause harm upon something or someone. Minor. The Russians have the ability to hack into our electrical system to cause us to be without power, and there's nothing the U.S. can do about it until after. Conclusion. Russia is more dangerous than China. My fifth and final piece of supporting evidence comes from CSIS.org, and it states that China continues to keep secrets from the U.S., but their efforts have always been far less scarier than Russia. Russia has become the biggest cyberspace threat in the U.S., to the U.S., and it's going to be very hard for the U.S. to defeat them. Russia continues to use these new sophisticated techniques and skills to make their way into major systems. Major. Dangerous means able or likely to cause harm upon something or someone. Minor. The U.S. is not aware of all the techniques Russia is able to use to get into our system. Conclusion. Russia is more dangerous than China. Now on to the counter-arguments. These are the things my opponent might say to make it seem as China is more dangerous than Russia. First, my opponent might say China is able to hack into our electrical system. This is not true according to MSNBC, because Russia has never shown signs to be able to do that. Second, my opponent might say Russia doesn't get caught when they're trying to attack. This is not true according to CSIS.org, because the U.S. is able to detect when China is trying to attack. Third, my opponent might say China is more advanced in technology when it comes to cyber attack. This is not true according to CNBC News article. The Russians realize that it needs to make advanced and cutting-edge technology when it comes to cyber attack. 4. My opponent might say China steals secrets from foreign companies to help their own. This is not true according to CSIS.org, because China is not looking to do that. China is careful to avoid anything that looks like an attack. 5th, my opponent might say China is a part of the new generation of warfare. This is not true according to CSIS.org. China did not flood social media with hostile comments and, of course, leak emails through various organizations. Only Russia does that. Now, with all that being said, Russia still remains a big threat to the United States, with China not being so far behind. But China has always been far less scary and dangerous to the U.S. The reason why Russia remains such a big threat is because they continue to use these new sophisticated techniques and skills to make their way into our networks and systems. So it makes it very hard to detect when they actually do attack us. Thank you.